Good morning, or rather, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. I guess the majority of you will be, if you're watching at all, hello. I'm new around here. The majority of you will be dialing in from, your underpants, I'm sure. But working from home, skipping work, trading the U.S. Open. We have MSTR up on the chopping block today. Not surprising. I'm also active in a CRO trade, uh, specifically accumulating with anticipation of a pullback. And well, of course, looking at Bitcoin primarily. But let's start here. MSTR appears to be following to continue to be following the accumulation fan lines here. The main, I have mapped out on the. I mean, this is a 5-minute chart, but it doesn't matter. I've actually mapped out and can see a pretty decent line. If we are to think that these GAN fans are essentially, the lines of trade, the longer term trade plans for risk management, and basically it runs out until exactly the end of the month. We can expect at the end of the month to be more volatile, and so we would expect to either be up in the 300 ranges or down in the 210, 215 ranges, which is of course where we have a large amount of liquidity. These orange lines down here are previous market gap, pre-market gaps, which generally, as we've talked about in the past, do get filled. However, there is this very interesting situation right now where we have a lot of liquidity on both the downward side, the bearish side, which is between 230 and 210 approximately. There's like approximately four different places there where we have quite a lot of liquidity locked up from the market makers, and also this huge gap here from just last, I think it was Thursday or Friday. I think it was Thursday evening to Friday, where we dropped quite a large amount. Let's see, it's we dropped overnight over 5%. Bitcoin, I think, tossed and turned quite a bit too. I don't remember what numbers we were looking at exactly, but I know at the end of the day, MSTR ended up down like 12%, which was really ugly. And we did actually end or start Monday with another gapper on the downside, which it appears we're going to be trying to fill as we speak. This is an interesting setup, because if we get rejected here, it's going to be pretty clear that the market makers aren't ready to give back that liquidity there that they're holding on to, and they'll reject it even further to come back down and actually fill the market gap that we had today. We opened up above last trading session close, so that was yesterday, Monday, August 22nd, and today's August 23rd. And so we do have a gap down here that, again, these gaps tend to get filled pretty quick on the pre-market opens. So within 24 to 48 hours, they can take a lot longer than that. They can take a week, a quarter, a month, or even multiple years. But we do tend to cycle through them, and so I like to watch where we're at with respect to those gaps, and they align. There's some confluence here with my lines in the sand over in. Oh, I wonder if I'm recording. All of a sudden, I don't even know if I'm recording or not. I suspect I am, but I am switching between tabs, and so, well, I hope this works. I'm still new to all this, especially on the trading view side. So we'll go ahead and just say that, yeah, I'm looking at MSTR. I would expect, we very well could fill these gaps. So I'm going to be selling out of a portion of my MSTR holdings around between 280 and 285, because we could go higher, but and we do seem to have in this, this is the line that generally is the volume um, lead, but even up to 290, we have a lot of liquidity locked in here currently in a loss. Anyone who bought in this zone is currently or above this zone, is currently at a loss. So they're going to be defending and really trying to get us back up to that space. But the market makers who are preparing rather larger moves over longer time frames are going to be potentially rejecting here, rather than letting these pockets get filled. Because if these pockets get filled, then we're more likely to have the momentum to get back up here into this zone where people are currently holding losses. So my suspicion is that you know market makers might actually still reject us here and pull us back down into this support line, which of course we'll wait and see. And if we can get into this support line, then of course it's more likely that we're going to actually be going down and recovering this liquidity and basically putting all of these guys at risk of liquidation, and we can have some pretty quick moves. The volatility should be expected to be high. We're coming to the end of a month, and we're also coming to the end of summer. So we've also, been waiting on a relief rally. We also have a Fed update coming up in September, I do believe. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. I am currently looking at Bitcoin as well, for sure. We can see that this green line here, if I pull out to just the end of end of the day here, like there's a lot of pressure. We're in a high pressure zone according to this distribution fan rather. So this would indicate to me that, yeah, again, we're likely to have trouble getting through the 221,650 range. We might bounce around here for a little while, but it's going to be a challenge to get through it. And especially, we can see we get rejected along this line pretty good in the past couple of days anyways. Since the start of the week, we got rejected. We didn't even get there. We almost got there again. We got rejected when we did. We didn't get there. We got rejected. And we're getting rejected as we speak. And I continue to believe that that's probably what's going to happen. But if we do make it through the 21,600 levels, then you got to watch it, because if we come up here high enough in 21,700, and then it's likely that this will become support, and then boom, we're off to the races towards some of the higher levels. However, I also do have a custom accumulation distribution signal chart here. You can see in the background the green. The green means you should on average be accumulating your position, building your position, and the brown indicates it's a combination of different factors, and I can talk about it later if anyone's interested, and perhaps even seeing how this works. But essentially, I am getting a distribution signal here, which brown, the brown means like it's recommending that you basically get out of your positions, and in my experience, you tend to get out of your positions at least 3 times as fast as you accumulate. So if you're accumulating, whatever, I don't need to actually go into detail there, but this is another confluence here for me that tells me, yeah, we should be shorting. So on that level, I am actually shorting right now. I'm in a losing position, of course, because I'm accumulating on the way up and taking more and more margin, and actually taking buying as we're rising, with the expectation that we will likely again be hitting, in my mind, again, not financial advice, please do your own research and all that jazz. Really is a dangerous game here. So again, we have rejection. So we might, I might expect us to still see 1292, all the way up to 1295. I have my stop loss set at exactly 0.13, so 13 pennies. But I'll be accumulating basically all the way up to this point, and then I'm gonna just let it ride and see what happens. But the expectation is that we'll be coming back down in the very near future, and really starting to push down into the 12.5s again, where there's more resistance, where we can see that that clearly that is kind of the support, what was resistance and now support. So I mean, I just hope that this video is useful. Some of the thoughts that I'm walking through are clear, and actually that I'm recording what I think I was recording, because the last video I just recorded turned out I was not. So we'll see. I don't want to leave this too long. Give me a like, subscribe, check me out on YouTube, Calmrat Crypto on YouTube, actually, Calmrat on Twitter, and just between those two places you can find my profiles and the links below. And let me know where you're at. What are you trading? Oh, looks like we are actually making it through on Bitcoin. We have actually we've made it through those resistance lines, but look, the volumes are actually pretty low, so it feels like, yeah, it's still highly probable that we get pushed back once someone wakes up and realizes that they they'll market buy, trap all these people who think, oh hell yeah, this is the time to go, and then they'll be suffering on the way down. So watch those levels, and good luck out there. Bye guys.